actually a rather reserved and quiet person.
We've done the thing.
We've done the thing, we did the stuff, we've been in it and out of it and through it and all up in it.
That's a lot of doing.
Ever going to meet Fran Drescher. I'm just not. Okay.
You fucking alien.
I knew that's the
I knew that was gonna happen. I've just been waiting for it.
online
Damn.
shuffleboard. You're gonna get your ass beat by my old cane having ass.
Just make eye contact with the family. Is like, I'm going shit on that.
All right, we are up. We are so up. We're doing great.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, so welcome to another awesome, exciting episode of Morgan and Foggy in the Coffee Lounge. I am Foggy LeBeau, and as always, joining me is my co-host, Mr. Morgan Coffee Bean.
Hello. I'm here.
And we are also joined by a very, very special guest. My beautiful, beautiful wife has decided to grace us with her presence, Miss Sylvana Foxx.
AKA your worst nightmare.
the real cryptid.
the best cryptid of all.
I'm just a fluffy pink fox. I didn't do nothing.
No, so Syl is absolutely wonderful. I only met her after Foggy and I got back in contact with each other, like after I came back to the States, and immediately, like as soon as I met her, I was like, oh yeah, she's a friend for life. She's wonderful.
Yes.
Aw, I love you. I'm
Yes.
very lucky to have the family that I've got.
I feel the same.
I love it. I love it. Well, if you're tuning in for the first time, whether you're tuning in live on twitch.tv/Foggy LeBeau, or you are tuning in for the first time on Spotify, where you can hear this and more episodes of Morgan and Foggy in the Coffee Lounge.
And more?
And more.
More.
Basically, the concept of this whole shebang is this. Me and my lifelong best friend, Mr. Morgan Coffee Bean, we talk about whatever we want to talk about, and we do what we want.
Yeah, freedom.
So we want freedom. Everybody wants freedom.
Oh yeah.
So on this week's episode, we are actually doing a very special part 2 about urban legends in the United States. And we decided this week we are going to move to the Northeast.
Mhm.
Bum, bum, bum.
The Northeast. Yes. We love the Northeast. We've never been to the Northeast, but we love it.
I've been to the Northeast.
You've been to the Northeast. I've never been to the Northeast. When I said
Not
we,
much of it, but I've been there.
when I said we, I meant me and the voices in my head.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that's fair. Tell them I said hello.
You're like, hello.
Hello in there. So a very fun thing for anybody who's actually tuning in and didn't listen to part 1. So another thing that we're doing on top of going over the scariest urban legends in each of the states, we are also doing a tier list that Morgan is in control of.
That's right.
That basically we rank if we think that we could survive the urban legend. Now, this is, of course, all rooted in the fact that the urban legend is true, real and true.
Yes.
Okay. So obviously, a lot of the time, urban legends are just that. They're legends. There's nothing more to them. But we're talking about if we were put into the situation where this urban legend is real, would we survive it?
Yes, we are not taking these legends with a grain of salt. We are taking them point blank.
We're taking the whole salt shaker in the mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
My paranoid ass will be the only one that lives.
I will be the first to die because
You're like,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
poke it with a stick, and I'm like, you can poke it. I'm gonna be over there.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this first one is a doozy for all three of us.
Oh, good. Well, like you guys told me about this one time you guys were going home and there was just a random phone like on the side of the road that was ringing or lighting up or whatever.
No, it wasn't
And
on our way home. It was across the street from our garage.
Yes.
That's right. And you guys were looking at that and it was like, hell no.
Fuck
Wait,
no.
touching
Lock the door.
That's a trap.
Yeah, I took my
See-
ass inside and locked the doors and went upstairs, and I was like, I'm gonna look at it through the window.
Lock every
Yeah.
door. No,
See, I would have been the person, like, my first instinct was, like, when you guys were telling me the story was, well,
Answer it.
who was calling? Did you guys answer it? Who did it belong to?
Fuck no, I didn't answer it.
And you guys told me, like, what your guys' reaction, like, to it is, like, no, we ignored it, went inside, locked the doors, that was it. And I was like, oh, really?
You're like,
Oh.
that's lame.
I'm very white. Like, I would have gone over there and looked at it as like, oh, who's calling?
Like,
Hello.
I'm white, but I ain't that white.
Like, hello, will you be my friend?
I am what you call a scaredy fox.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you
Yes,
go out with us.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring Sylvie on the podcast for this specific episode, is because I knew that she would have just hilarious context to add to this, because I know almost every single one she'd be like, yeah, I'm running the opposite way. There's no way.
I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna hear a twig snap. I'm gonna hear the wind gust in the wrong direction. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
See, like, in my head, when I picture this, is like, we're all walking down this path, right? Like, down this street. There's a twig snaps, and then, like, me and Foggy look at each other, and then you're halfway down the street going the opposite direction already.
Yeah, she doesn't look around. That's not her style.
Nope.
They're just like, nope, time to go home.
Says, oh, I see. I am not gonna be here anymore. Bye.
Okay. So
Yes, last time it was the candy lady.
Yes.
Was the most, who we deemed the most dangerous.
easily, it's not even close. It wasn't close. So this first one, let's just, if we want to hop right into this, she's the voice of reason, exactly. So if we're gonna hop right into this, the first one, the first state that we're gonna look at is Connecticut. Okay.
No.
Connecticut is home to a lot of infamous urban legends. But none are more famous or probably more chilling than Annabelle the demonic doll.
Oh, look, I already fucking hate dolls. I already know about Annabelle. She's a big fuck. No. I won't even step anywhere near this building where she is kept in the case. You can keep the case. You can put the case in a box, put the box in the ocean, and I'm not going near it. Nope.
Amazing.
Okay. So for anybody who does live under a rock, who doesn't know what Annabelle the infamous haunted doll is, okay? So Annabelle, the one that you see in the horror films, is actually I don't even know what to say, based on a real doll, but it's really just the doll. It's an allegedly haunted Raggedy Ann doll that was once owned by a student nurse in 1970. Okay. The doll was given to this student by her mother as a present. Now, according to the paranormal accounts, the doll exhibited strange behaviors, which led to a psychic medium coming in and examining the doll. She believes it to be inhabited by the spirit of a deceased girl named Annabelle. The student and her roommate then attempt to accept and nurture the doll and the spirit that inhabits the doll. However, it reportedly turns malicious and frightening. This leads paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren to get involved, and they pronounce the doll as possessed by a demon. Subsequently, Annabelle is moved to the Warrens Occult Museum in Connecticut, where it remained until the museum's closing. Okay. obviously the doll also inspired the creation of the Annabelle doll character from the Conjuring universe film series by James Wan.
It's always very
Okay,
interesting
that's-
that they changed her entire appearance for these movies because let's be honest, looking at a Raggedy Ann doll is not scary.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'd always wondered if it was based on Raggedy Ann, because like you like so I grew up with the like watching the old Raggedy Ann cartoons, right? And like that was perfectly fine. Like that didn't freak me out at all. But then I saw like the first time I saw Annabelle, it instantly reminded me of Raggedy Ann. And I always thought in the back of my head is like, are they the same thing? Or are they based off each other? Which one came first? So that's interesting.
Right.
She's. I already don't like dolls, and so like when they changed her appearance, I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
No.
And the dolls they made back then, they were so incredibly disturbing and creepy.
Yes. And to
And the
be
fact that they
honest with you,
collected them.
Mhm.
Ugh.
to, to be honest with you, I was never a fan of Raggedy Ann dolls in the first place. I always thought they were kind of creepy. Like they have like these weird soulless eyes. But I will
Yeah.
say I find not only the Annabelle doll from the series to be creepier than the actual one, but like just porcelain dolls in general just give me the heebie-jeebies. Like they just are scary. They just seem dead. Like I don't have another word for this.
I
Yeah.
used to have one when I was a little kid, and I was so afraid of her that I would put her in the top shelf of my closet. I would have her face backwards and on like her stomach, because if I didn't, it felt like she was just watching me.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And
No.
she was a porcelain doll, and I was just like,
No.
it scared me, and I would not open that half of my closet because I didn't want to see her.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't blame you. Like there were a few times where I would wake up in the middle of the night, like as a kid, and in the backyard we had a clothesline, and sometimes we would leave the clothes up overnight to dry. There was this one night in particular that I remember. It was a shirt or a towel, but the way that the moonlight was catching it and casting a shadow on the wall right next to my bed. Well, it wasn't like there was a window next to my bed, and right outside of outside there was a cement wall. So I would look out the window, and then there was a wall. The shadow was being cast onto the wall right outside my window, and it looked exactly like a ring wraith from Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
It freaked
shit.
me out so much. Like it was just standing, like it looked like there was just something standing right there, like just out of sight. And oh my god, it freaked me out so bad. So like having a doll in there that kind of gave those same vibes, yeah, no, I would I wouldn't be able to deal with that.
Mm-mm. No.
Nope, not a fan.
No. Okay. So, as far as Annabelle goes, where are we putting her on the list?
So I have a question. What kinds of thing was Annabelle reported to do? Like, would she directly attack? Like, is it a Chucky situation or?
So, it's not. Okay, so here's the thing, okay?
Chucky situation.
The doll itself was never shown to have been moving. Like, it's not like the doll was coming to life and like running at them or anything like that. Basically, what it was like your normal. I say this so funny. Your normal paranormal stuff. Like scratches ending up on your body, even though you know what I mean? Like you getting scratched, and the doll being in a place where it wasn't before. And then like, you know, the whole, just call it like the poltergeist thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
things getting thrown around, knocking in the walls, stuff like that. Your standard, malevolent spirit haunting.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
While considering I'm afraid of regular dolls, I think I'm good not going anywhere near the museum that holds the box that holds the doll.
Yeah.
And it
I
sucks
would-
because like I am intrigued by it. Like I would love to see the museum, but I'm genuinely so afraid of her that I won't go near the museum.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, if you're forced to be in this situation, babe, what are you thinking your survival rate is in that situation?
Let's say you wake up and in the corner of your room there's the box and Annabelle is in it.
Light it on fire. She's tall. I have incense and candles and wicks and matches and all kinds of shit around this house. You think I won't
She's
light her
going
ass
full
on fire?
Dean and Sam Winchester, just burning.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking
Salt it
burn
and burn
her
it.
into ashes.
Salt it and burn it. Yes. I
What
gotta
about
put
you,
I,
Foggy?
I gotta put myself at a solid A because Annabelle's
You're
gonna
too curious.
Annabelle's gonna have to kill me quickly. It's gonna have to like, because I know that like a lot of the time with hauntings, especially with like demonic stuff, at least in the stories, the urban legends, it usually takes time to build up. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't start out terrible.
It toys with you first.
Right.
Yeah.
In that sense, I think that I realize what happens before it happens, but there's always that little chance that it just immediately just throws me right
Yeah.
into the thick of things. If that's the case, I die. If it's not the case, because the more likely case is it starts out slow, and you realize you're either getting possessed or you realize that something is going on with this doll.
Yeah.
And then you burn the fucking doll, exactly like she said. So by that logic, I'm giving myself a solid A, just in, you know, on the off chance that she just kills me immediately.
Yeah. I'd say that's fair. Yeah, I would rank myself about the same. Because again, we're going into this assuming that this is all true and real and exactly how it's like how the legends go.
Mhm.
So I'd say about the same. I would still burn it. I'd be curious, but I'd be like, there's a lot of food out there still to eat, and I haven't tried it, so we'll burn it for now.
There
So I want a chance-
there would be
I want
no
the chance to try it.
curiosity. Mine would just be like, the fuck are you? Nope. Oh, nope.
You're like,
I wouldn't even
"No,
open
thank
the
you."
box. I would just light the box on fire.
Yeah. The plot twist is the box that's haunted, not the doll.
Yeah, right? It's always the doll accompanied by the box. Maybe it's the box.
Yeah. I think Pikachu's jacking. What's the next one?
Okay.
We'll put that at A then.
Okay.
Well, kind of both. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So we're moving over to Delaware now. So in the eerie coastal landscape of Delaware, a spectral phenomenon known as the corpse light flickers ominously.
I already hate this.
This phantom
Corpse
light, corpse light, yes, that's what it's called.
Ooh.
This phantom light perched near the mouth of the Delaware River has intrigued and haunted many over the years. Here is the chilling tale behind the corpse light. So on the Delaware side of the river's mouth, where the treacherous rocks guard the shore, this mysterious light appears. Some call it the bad weather witch, while others refer to it as the corpse light. The first recorded sighting occurred when the captain of the ship Devonshireman steered toward the light, unwittingly causing over 200 deaths in 1655. Legend has it that the corpse light is tied to an ancient curse, a curse born from tragedy. It's called the Curse of the Drum of Stone. So long ago, British soldiers committed a heinous act. They slaughtered a group of locals who were joyously celebrating a wedding. In retaliation, the remaining Delaware Indian tribe members placed a curse upon the land. They invoked the Drum of Stone, a spectral signal that foretells the death for all white men. Many have glimpsed the ghostly figure of a lone Indian standing atop a mysterious rock, perhaps guarding the cursed light. So to prevent shipwrecks caused by the treacherous waters around Cape Henlopen, the lighthouse was constructed in 1767. The lighthouse sits atop of the Great Dune, its beacon guiding sailors to safety. However, erosion threatened the tower, and preventative measures were taken to prevent it from encroaching the sea. Eventually, the newer Delaware Breakwater Light took over its responsibilities, and the original lighthouse was decommissioned in 1924. On a fateful day, the historic tower succumbed to the relentless waves, toppling into the water. So the next time you find yourself near Cape Henlopen, keep an eye out for the corpse light. A spectral reminder of a tragic past and a warning to those who sail these perilous waters.
Gotcha. So it's a light that's a result of a curse that basically leads white men to their deaths.
Yeah, that's seems pretty much it.
Like, gotta be honest, you said bad weather witch, and my brain immediately went, Pudge controls the weather, so I don't think I'm too scared. I'll bring the peanut butter sandwich, and it'll be all right.
There we go.
Peanut butter sandwich.
The peanut butter sandwich.
You can't bring them tuna.
Don't you know what tuna is?
What? The fish.
It's fish.
It's
Yes.
indeed
But,
fish.
yeah, my brain went, Pudge controls the weather, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not really afraid. I also don't fall into their demographic of murder, so I think
That's very true. Yeah, I was gonna say this is really rich in like cultural lore. Like the story is very, very like heavy.
It sounds like it.
Especially with the fact that it's just some type of light anomaly. Very, very cool.
Yeah. I'd
I'm
say
on
that
observation duty 7.
Yeah,
The light anomaly.
light
Honestly,
anomaly.
I think that we would all be fine with this. Like I think I would be one of the targeted people, but let's say I will only go there with Syl so that she can be like the person who's like, nope, come back this way.
Well,
Like,
to be
don't pull
fair,
your backpack, like, nope.
to be fair, Sylvie would never be in deep water on a ship, especially at night in bad weather.
Yeah, no.
No.
Sylvie would
I
never
am
be
no,
caught
no,
afraid
dead.
of the ocean. I am so scared of the ocean. I don't know how to swim. No.
I think it depends on the time frame. If it's 1655, I actually would probably put myself at a D. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, I think that, because here's the thing, okay? So the majority of like jobs back in the day, back in those like back in like colonial times and such, were jobs like fishermen, and you know, especially like on the coast, if you're living in somewhere like Delaware, where the main, it's like this is like a main port, you know what I mean? Where people are, the fish trade is huge, and this is like where ships are going back and forth to England and stuff, and getting, you know, tea and all these different trading goods and such.
Yeah.
By that logic, being a sailor seems like it was probably pretty common. Like it probably one of the more like, you know what I mean? Like one of the more popular trades at the time.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that. Yeah, I guess if we're putting ourselves in a situation where this would be a threat, then yeah, I guess we would have to be like in that time frame.
Right. If that's the case, I actually don't even say D. I'll say well, of course there's the curse too to consider. It's one thing to just say the actual corpse light that you do see, because apparently the light anomaly is actually real. What it is the curse real, right? So if the curse is real, yeah, I'd have to put us at a D. But if we're just talking about the light anomaly, probably an A, because
It's a light.
it's a light.
Yeah.
And funny haha aside, literally not falling within the demographic of whether the curse would affect me or not. I'm not actually being threatened in any
Yeah.
sense.
You're definitely S tier for sure.
Yeah. I would say, see, I feel like I'd be with Syl on this one because I also do not like the water. I do not like the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll keep working the factories while you're out there sailing.
Yeah.
So
Bring
I
back the shiny
guess
rock.
yeah, exactly. So I guess me and Syl.
Yeah,
S,
you
and
guys
then Foggy
take
at
it.
D.
Yeah, you guys take it for sure. If we only have one token for the tier list, let's just go ahead and throw it on S tier then.
Doing majority rules.
There we go. Perfection. All right.
Okay. Moving on. We are going to be in the state of Maine.
Maine.
Ah, yes, Pennywise.
Yes. So this one is called Colonel Buck's Tomb. It doesn't sound that threatening.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's up,
Alright.
Colonel
Like
Buck?
I thought of like Captain Crunch's brother.
That's what I thought too.
Captain
I'm imagining
Crunch and
Captain
Colonel
Crunch.
I'm sorry. I can't take it seriously.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. Okay. So, in the quaint town of Bucksport, Maine, there lies a curious and somewhat eerie memorial known as Colonel Buck's Cursed Tomb. Colonel Jonathan Buck, the founder of Bucksport, lived during a time when witch trials were prevalent. In one version of the story, Colonel Buck had a witch executed, and before her demise, she placed a curse upon him. The prophesied mark of this curse is said to be a water stain on a granite obelisk erected in his honor. Not a good enough excuse to use the word erected.
Wow.
Ooh.
I was thinking the same thing.
This peculiar stain
Fingers together. I'm interested.
this
Oh my God.
peculiar stain resembles the shape of a pointed stocking and appeared 75 years after his death. Exactly.
So it stays erect. Okay.
Yes. Yes. The tombstone stands prominently in a hilltop graveyard on Main Street, and the dark image of the stalking foot hangs right below Colonel Buck's name, much like a stocking on a fireplace. Visitors can find a nearby sign that explains the legend and the strange marking. So that's it. That's all there is to it. That's S tier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're not Colonel Buck or if you're not related to Captain Crunch, then you're pretty much safe.
Or
Look,
you're not the
only
witch.
threat that Captain Crunch got for me is it cuts the roof of my mouth because I eat too much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's
S tier.
That's easily S tier.
Wow, Maine really let me. Wow, Maine, you could be Texas, Maine, if you just tried a little harder.
And by a
Yeah.
little, we mean a lot.
I don't know. I guess yeah, we're fine. I mean, the scariest thing is just that the fact that they kept using the word erect and then stain like in the same sentence.
Peculiar stain and erect in the same sentence.
Yeah, we good. We're safe. We don't got anything to worry about.
Wow, that was lame. I'm not gonna hold you. Lame Maine. Okay. We are moving over to, or down, I guess, rather, to Maryland. So, in the eerie woods of Prince George's County, Maryland, a chilling legend haunts the night. Ooh, this one's good. The infamous Goat Man.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Okay, so this unsettling creature resembling a hybrid of goat and human has left its mark on local lore and imagination. His work. Okay, so the tale begins with a scientist toiling away at Beltsville Agricultural Research Center. His work involved experimenting with animal DNA, pushing the boundaries of scientific curiosity. But one fateful day, disaster strikes. Goat DNA mingled with the scientist's own blood, triggering a horrifying transformation. The man mutated into a ghastly being, part goat, part man, and wholly consumed by a thirst for blood. This sounds like a B horror movie. I love it.
Yeah.
Armed with an
Oh.
axe.
The horror movie.
Armed with an axe, the goat man prowls the darkness, seeking unsuspecting humans to devour. His nocturnal domain stretches from Fletchertown Road to Governor's Bridge Road in the Beltsville and Bowie areas. Brave souls venture to park their vehicles near the bridge, extinguishing their lights, hoping to catch a glimpse of this elusive creature, Maryland's very own Bigfoot. Over the years, sporadic sightings have fueled the Goatman legend. Some claim to have captured images of him lurking by the roadside or among the trees. The vicinity around Governor Bridge exudes an eerie aura, a place where one wouldn't willingly find themselves after dark. Although Governor Bridge is temporarily closed, who's to say the Goatman isn't still lurking nearby?
Interesting. Okay, so I have actually heard of this creature before.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think I've actually been to the Goatman Bridge. But I think it's the same thing. If it's the one that I am thinking of, then it's supposed to be very dangerous. Like there's supposed to be a pathway with a tree. Like so the pathway forks, and in the middle of that fork is a tree that is kind of hollowed out. It's almost like a doorway. If you go in it, it's so that it's like a portal to hell, where things can come out, but you can also fall into. I think there's also like a giant Ouija board made of stone. Like if you go deep enough into the woods, you find a cement platform that is a Ouija board that's been like carved into the surface of it. But,
And absolutely none of that sounds like it would be tempting to me. I even steer clear of like the Ouija board quote games that you find at like Spirit Halloween and shit, because I'm like, no, I'm good. I won't even buy like Halloween merch or anything that has a Ouija board on it. It has to be incomplete. I just won't do it because if it's incomplete, it won't work.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the fact that
Ouija
it's
board?
made out of stone, there's no way of like burning it or anything like that.
It's just there.
It's the Wega board.
A Ouija board. The Luigi board?
The Ouija board?
You can only get one from a witch or a vegan.
I know. Where did we get one?
Okay.
I love that.
So
Yeah, this guy's the goat. This is a real G, one might say.
a real G. You might... Oh my gosh. So, how are we feeling about the goat man? How do we feel about survivability?
I'll throw some hay at him. It'll be alright.
But he has a taste for blood.
That's true.
Well, he can go to the hospital. They've got plenty. They've taken so much of mine. There's bound to be a bag or two.
So I've been here. I survived. I would. I mean, granted, I wasn't looking for it, but maybe like B for like barely survived.
I'm gonna say, faced with evil goat man trying to kill me, if I don't have the option of actually running away or never going there,
you have to encounter goat man if you're because he's real. So we're encountering.
We're at the bridge. We're at
probably
the bridge.
If I have to actually come face to face with him, probably a B. One that's only probably a C because I run slow as fuck.
I don't think we're outrunning a goat man.
Well, there's that, and I have so many damaged like joints and things from my injuries throughout the years. I am not outrunning that motherfucker. It's not happening.
Yeah. I'm thinking for me, mine's probably, I actually would put mine as well at a C, because for me, I'm not going to get punked by no goat man bitch. So I'm going to fight back. I'm going to try, I'm going to try to put a hatchet in his face.
I carry a big bag of rocks with me. I'll just whack him with it.
I don't know. And anybody who has seen my Twitter in the last 2 weeks knows I ain't no small guy either. So I feel like I could like pin down the goat man and
Oh.
Anytime, baby. That's good. That's good. So I'm not a small man by any means, so I think that I can take the goat man. Drop kick him in the face.
So I think that with both of these things going on, Syl not outrunning the goat man and you fighting the goat man, that gives me plenty of time to get out of there.
Wait, hold on. Are we all going together or are we going separately? Because if we're going together, yeah, that gives me plenty of time to fucking book it.
Oh.
I'm gonna say it just like this. I want to have two separate options where where one
alone,
scenario
no, I'm
where we're
dead.
alone, and then one scenario where we're all together.
If I'm alone, I'm probably dead because I can't outrun it. If we're together, look, I got rocks and I'll just throw them from like a distance.
See, I think I probably have the best chances of getting out of here alive if we're all together, just because I don't have joint issues. I can run, and
nope.
like I'm perfectly healthy. I'm slightly aerodynamic, and yeah. But if it's alone, I'm probably dead.
You're alone, he coming for you.
Yeah. No, honestly, I'd have to say if it's alone, I'm pretty sure we could all safely put it at a D. If we're together, I'm putting it at a C.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about that?
You hear the clip clopping coming for you.
He clip, he clop.
He clip, he clop.
He going to do a big chop.
Goat man's coming. Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop. He's
Like a
just
Christmas Carol gone wrong.
yeah. I was about to say.
For real.
I was about to say, like, you just hear the sound of his hoofs going
Oh wait, so it's basically Krampus.
clippity clop, clippity clop.
I don't know. I okay. So let's. Are we going to? So I think we all agreed that if we are alone, it's a D or a C at best, right?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, I'll go ahead and put that because I'm dead. I'm pretty.
I'm dead inside. Does that count?
I think he will make me like physically dead.
Oh, I see. Okay. Alrighty. So we're moving on. This is probably the one that I'm most fascinated with. So we are moving to Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Oh, okay. I think I know what I'm about. Wow.
You
I know what we're going to.
You probably don't. You probably don't. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It is not Salem.
Oh,
it is not Salem. Salem's not really an urban legend now, is it, though? I mean, it's literal history actually happened.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's a good point.
So in Massachusetts, there is fascinating creatures known as puckwudgies.
Wedgies?
Puckwudgies.
Oh, that made me excited. I love puckwudgies.
Okay.
Well, okay. What I mean by that is I like learning about puckwudgies.
I'm about to say, I don't think you would like puckwudgies in real life.
Well, no, but I always thought that they were like super fascinating.
They're very fascinating. So, puckwudgies are fascinating creatures from the Wampanoag oral tradition. Okay? So these tiny human-like beings inhabit the swampy regions of eastern Massachusetts, particularly around Barnstable. All right?
Okay.
So, puckwudgies are described as having smooth, gray skin. Despite their small stature, they possess an uncanny ability to appear and vanish at will.
Oh.
They're mischievous beings, and they're known as tricksters. They play pranks on unsuspecting humans and are often associated with the mysterious occurrences in the wilderness. Legend has it that puckwudgies once lived in harmony with humans, However, when the Wampanoag people devoted all their attention to Moshop, I don't know if I'm saying that right, a land deity who created Cape Cod, the Pukwudgies became jealous. As a result, Moshop exiled them. In revenge, the Pukwudgies allegedly killed either Moshop or his sons. Okay, so these are god-slaying beings.
Apparently.
Fun fact,
Oh,
they're also
my.
in the Harry Potter universe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So
That
the
was
next...
where I first learned what a Pukwudgie was, and they're actually kind of showcased in the same way, being like short, gray-skinned, goblin-looking creatures.
Dobby.
So...
No.
Violent
Dobby is
Dobby.
out.
So
Giving
the...
Dobby a Glock.
So the pictures that I'm seeing of Pukwudgies are not nice. I don't like them. I don't want to ever see a Pukwudgie. I'm not a fan.
They kind of look like the trolls.
They do. I'm not a fan.
Like from the movie Trolls. Huh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of gotta throw him a giant, like, ham leg and walk away.
Oh, this one I'm looking at has a knife. Yeah, that's dangerous.
A knife!
A knife.
Sorry, that was not intentional.
What do you have there? A knife! No! I love that video. Okay. So these things can canonically kill gods. And now they're angry. So okay, so they're jealous, god-slaying creatures.
That don't like humans.
Something
Okay.
common.
So we are having to go up against them. How do we feel about that?
Okay, so we're in the environment where these things live. They don't like humans. Do they hate all humans, or specifically this tribe that kind of, quote unquote, broke up with them?
I'm going to say they hate all humans because it specifically says they used to live in harmony with humans and they no longer do. So by that logic,
Gotcha.
they know they do not like humans at all.
Yeah, but the fact that they're only 2 feet tall.
I'm assuming they come in numbers, right? That it would make sense.
I mean, probably, but
Yeah.
Like
again,
it's like velociraptors. Like one's not that scary, one's not that hard to take down. They're
but 50
just-
of them.
50 of them might overwhelm you.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a singular one, probably a B,
Mm-hmm.
just because they sound like they would be incredibly feral.
You need a switch kick.
However, if it's a group, a mass grouping, oh no, we're all dying.
We're all dead.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a D.
Because they would know how to work together.
And overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. 110% agreed. I'm gonna say D. They're probably the most dangerous ones so far, honestly.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because at least with the goat man is the only one that's at D tier at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing with him is it's just one creature. With these Pukwudgies, there's multiple. There's a lot of them.
And
So I think that would
that's
make
what
them
I
more
was
dangerous.
that's what I was about to say is like, at least with the goat man, I feel like I could try to fight back. I feel like I would get distracted by a couple of Pukwudgies and then get stabbed in the back by like 4 of them.
That or
And
you
know
don't
these
know that
things-
some won't be hidden amongst the bushes or the trees or out of sight.
Right, because
Yeah.
they're tricksters,
Plus,
right?
these things,
So they're
these
cunning.
things would probably go for your legs first, so you can't get away.
Like your Achilles tendon and things.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
Oh gosh, they're kind of
Plus,
scary.
the goat man is just, it's a guy who combined DNA and got turned into a goat man because he basically like spliced his own DNA or something with goat blood. These things can kill gods.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we dead. We are bones.
Sylvie, you got to stay away. You're a deity.
That's
So,
true.
You got to stay away from the old
They ain't welcome in that
Pukwudgies.
forest.
Like Nor.
I got potions
Nar.
and shiny rocks.
Nar.
Nor. He's darn. All right, so
Okay.
that will go at a D.
Agreed. All right. So we are moving on to the tiny little state of New Hampshire.
Ooh.
This one, oh no. Oh no. This one might be good. All right. So, New Hampshire's scariest urban legend is none other than the legend of Goody Cole.
Goody Cole?
Goody Cole. So, Eunice Goody Cole, an elderly woman, was at the center of this legend. She faced persecution during the 17th century witch trials in New England. Okay, so we're back to Salem witch trials.
Okay.
In 1656, she was convicted of witchcraft in Hampton, New Hampshire. However, her ordeal didn't end there. After her release in 1670, her neighbors accused her once again, subjecting her to another trial.
Oh no.
Another? You just got out of
That
prison.
poor woman.
Wow. Despite being found innocent, her neighbors treated her like an exile, forcing her to scrounge for berries to survive.
Wow.
Legend has it that since her death, she's been associated with several Hampton tragedies, including the sinking of a ship that claimed the lives of 8 people. In 1938, the town exonerated her, and in the 1960s, they finally set up a grave marker in her honor. Since then, she has become a much more harmless spirit.
Wow. That's actually so sad.
Wow.
I don't.
She was the only woman convicted of witchcraft in New Hampshire.
Twice.
Back to back.
Twice.
Honestly, I would. Part of me wants to go out to the what was it, a statue that they erected for her?
Mm-hmm.
Or like something to
A
like
grave
honor her?
marker. Yeah.
Grave marker, that's right. Part of me wants to go there just to go to the grave marker and be like, you know what? If you are real, if you did actually do all those things, good for you. Like, they deserved it. Man, that's heartbreaking. You know, like, some of the things that these like mostly women who were accused of being witches and like all these witch trials, some of the things that they went through those are just horrific. Because like the witch tests were inhumane, like at best. But I guess for survivability, there we go. It would probably be S tier because now she is kinder.
Agreed. Yeah. And I was gonna say the grading depends on the time period you put us in, right? So
Yeah.
before any type of exoneration or anything that happens, or any type of like burial rituals, I would have to say probably A tier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean after basically honoring the spirit and putting her to rest, basically, I gotta say it's an S.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I feel like if we were there at the time, like when this haunting or curse was taking place, like I don't know, I would want to try to like put it to rest somehow. Like I would want to try and help.
Yeah.
But I would also agree with about like an A tier because like let's say that she is just a spirit, you know.
Mhm.
Spirits who become malevolent, they might not always realize friend from foe.
Yeah.
You know, like they're angry, and so she might not recognize that someone is trying to help her. So she might just lash out
at
also.
them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Sil?
No, I think I very much agree. Especially with certain spirits, like you're not gonna actually understand front from fro. You're confused, you're scared, you don't know what's going on, you're just angry and you're overrun by this kind of anger, and you'll just kind of
Lose yourself.
yeah. You lose yourself within that anger.
Mhm.
And when
And the
you
poor
don't have
woman
any
was-
earthly tie to anything, it's hard to literally reground yourself to be like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the poor
Agreed.
woman was wronged so badly 2 times. And so, like, I feel like if she were to stick around, like, it would be because of those feelings of, like, resentment and anger towards everybody.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, yeah. I guess
Okay.
A tier? Yeah.
Yeah. Easily. All right, moving on. We are now moving on to New Jersey.
Is it the Jersey Devil?
It's not the Jersey Devil, as much fun as that one is. Although I will be real here, this one doesn't really seem like it's gonna be the Ghost Boy of Clinton Road. So apparently there's a notorious stretch of road in New Jersey. Clinton Road, a winding and desolate road known for its eerie reputation. Under one of the bridges crossing Clinton Brook, there resides the ghost of a young boy. According to the legend, if you stand on the bridge at midnight and throw a quarter into the water below, the ghost boy will mysteriously throw it back to you. Some versions of the story claim that the boy drowned while swimming, while others say he fell off the bridge itself. Visitors who have tested the legend report seeing coins resting on the creek bed beneath the bridge. These coins were thrown by curious souls hoping to summon the ghost boy. The boy's spirit allegedly returns the coins, defying the laws of the afterlife. It's worth noting that there's more than one bridge along Clinton Road, and it remains uncertain which one the ghost boy supposedly haunts. Another bridge, located several miles south of Dead Man's Curve, spans a stony cleft with a crashing waterfall. If the ghost boy indeed lingers here, retrieving thrown coins would be a challenging task even for a spirit.
Interesting.
S tier for sure. I don't really have anything really to say about it. It might be cool to try, but kind of boring, to be honest with you. It's no Candy Lady.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say that it's most likely a S tier, because if he's just throwing coins back, even if he is angry, like maybe just like a hefty toss at most.
Hefty, just yeet.
Yeah. But,
Uh-huh.
all right, we'll put that there. Cool. Well, that was easy.
Very much so. Okay, so now we are moving to New York. And this one actually seems like it's a good one. So,
Ooh.
the urban legend is Cropsey. Cropsey. Cropsey.
Bless you.
Cropsey is a killer rumored to haunt Staten Island during the 1970s. The legend talks about a man who kidnapped young children after he lost his own son. This man was mentally unstable, so the story went. Out of grief, he had resorted to stealing the children of others as replacements. Cropsey was said to have escaped from a nearby mental institution and to be camping out in its ruins. The legend was likely used to dissuade Staten Island kids from exploring what remained of the mental institution. Cropsey is shown to have a hook for a hand. Because why wouldn't he?
Can he introduce me to Peter Pan?
Oh my god.
And actually, the urban legend of Cropsey seems to have been associated with a real killer. Let me see. Escaped mental patient who had a hook for a hand.
Okay, you guys keep talking. I'm still listening. I'll just be 2 seconds.
Okay. In 1988, a man named Andre Rand was arrested and convicted for kidnapping 2 missing children. Jennifer Schweiger and Holly Ann Hughes. Jennifer's body was found near Ron's campsite, and Holly Ann Hughes had disappeared 20 years earlier. Rand had... Oh, I don't like this one. Ew. Rand had worked as an orderly at the Willowbrook State School, a former institution for the mentally ill, which was linked to the Cropsey legend. I don't like it. No.
Nope, I do not like it.
No, I don't.
Especially being spaced out like that, that's really uncomfortable.
100%. Yuck. D tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely
I
D
don't
tier
like it.
because that's just a crazy guy. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah, it's
It's just,
yeah.
there's nothing. It's
The
a crazy
thing
guy
is-
with a hook for a hand.
Paranormal things scare me a lot less than just the average human.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's been like that forever. Like I could watch scary movies, all night. But the one that's gonna scare me is like a movie like The Strangers, where it's just, why are you doing this? Oh, because you were home.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, if you think about it, it's like supernatural stuff is scary, yes, but people like a lot of supernatural stuff revolves around like some sort of tragedy or some like a spirit who is wronged, like when they're alive. People are capable of just as much evil as anything that's supernatural.
Mhm.
So yeah, this guy is
He's a crazy guy with a hook for a hand.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe he knows the candy lady.
Ooh, man. Ooh. Okay. Definitely. Okay. We are moving on to Pennsylvania. And I've actually heard of this one. So, the legend of Charlie No Face,
Oh.
also known as the Green Man, has intrigued generations in Western Pennsylvania. But did you know that this eerie tale is rooted in the life of a real person named Raymond Robinson? So Raymond Robinson was an ordinary child until a fateful day in 1919. While reaching for a bird's nest atop an electrical pole, he was struck by a staggering 11,000 volts of electricity.
Oh my god.
The intense shock left him with severe burns on his face and arms, resulting in the loss of his eyes and nose. His disfigured appearance led to the nickname Charlie No Face.
Damn.
So this is a real guy. Despite
Alright.
Poor kid.
Despite this horrific injury, Robinson remained resilient. He could still hear and talk, and for the next 65 years, he secluded himself in his family home in Coppell, Pennsylvania, where he crafted belts, wallets, and doormats to earn a modest income. His only outings were late-night walks to avoid frightening people with his appearance. The legend began when high school students spotted Robinson during their nighttime drives. Car lights would reflect off his flannel shirts, creating an otherworldly glow. And the name Green Man likely emerged from this luminous effect. While some were fearful or unkind, others befriended Robinson. They would bring him beers and cigarettes during his nocturnal walks. The local diner became a meeting point for those hoping to catch a glimpse of the Green Man. Passers-by who did not know Robinson were often shocked and terrified by his appearance. Raymond Robinson's life was marked by tragedy, resilience, and the enduring legacy of an urban legend. His story continues to captivate imaginations, blurring the line between reality and myth. Wow.
That poor guy.
This
I
is
mean-
just a guy that had a really tragic injury. Oh,
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't know. Like, people. The saddest part about this, like, besides obviously like the injury, is the fact that he was almost made a spectacle. Like, people would like what you're talking about, the diner. He's like, maybe we'll catch a glimpse of him. Maybe we'll see him.
He's
But-
so scary looking. Like, it's
Yeah,
almost
but-
they're almost there to make fun of him.
I was gonna say that's unfortunately just humans.
Yeah.
You see someone who looks different, whether that be in like most of the time like an injury that causes disfiguration. People are gonna do that.
Yeah.
Even going as small as like body mods, skin color, eye color. It's all kinds of things. Like I remember getting made fun of because I dyed my hair blue. Like it just because it wasn't the norm of where I was, and I was like, why? Like we were out at the grocery store and this couple was behind us and they were actively mocking me just because my hair was different. I was like,
so
why? Like
stupid.
why? And then this man has such disfiguration because of such a tragic injury. People are gonna be like, ooh, maybe we get to see get to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me sad.
Poor guy. And you know that, like, he must have been, like, really, really bullied because, like, it also says that he only went out at night sometimes, but he would, like, seclude himself in his home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
he
part of
felt
me
like he
wonders-
wasn't welcome in public anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Dang.
I feel bad. I want to give him a hug.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
tough. That's really
I'll bring you
tough.
tea.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, S tier survivability, obviously. And you know what? We'll put him at we'll put him in H tier for hug.
Hug.
Yeah.
H tier for hug.
Yeah. Putting him in his own special tier.
Yes, I agree. Okay. I'm actually going to make that.
All right. Moving on, we are on the second to last one. Wow, this one did not take as long as the South. Probably because
Hello, fucked up in the South, right?
that's fair. I was gonna say something. I was basically gonna say something to that effect.
I was
Okay.
going to say, like, this is the East Coast. Like, come on, you guys are supposed to have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I guess not.
All
though.
right. So we are moved on to Rhode Island. And this is called the Mercy Brown the Vampire. So Mercy Brown was a young woman who lived in Exeter. I don't know if I said that right. Rhode Island in the late 1800s, following a series of deaths in her family from consumption. Tuberculosis was what it is. Some members of the community began to believe that Mercy was a vampire responsible for the deaths of her family members. So, it's a fascinating and eerie tale from Rhode Island dating back to 1892. In the late 1800s, several members of the Brown family in Exeter, Rhode Island suffered from tuberculosis, which was then known as consumption. The disease was devastating and poorly understood at the time. The family matriarch, Mary Eliza, succumbed to tuberculosis, followed by their eldest daughter, Mary Olive. In 1891, both Mercy and Edwin contracted the disease. Friends and neighbors believed that one of the deceased family members was an undead entity responsible for Edwin's illness. This belief aligned with contemporary folklore that linked multiple deaths in the family to a supernatural activity. The villagers, a local doctor, and a newspaper reporter persuaded George Brown, the father, to grant permission for the exhumation of several family members' bodies. On March 17, 1892, the bodies of Mary and Mary Olive showed the expected level of decomposition, ruling them out as the cause. However, Mercy's corpse exhibited minimal decomposition and still had blood in her heart. This led people to believe she was an undead agent affecting Edwin's health. Superstition dictated that Mercy's heart and liver be burned, and the ashes mixed with water to create a tonic.
Ew. Ew.
Oh God!
Oh, okay.
Edwin!
Don't like that.
Wait! Hold on! Oh God! Oh God!
Bad time to
Edwin-
start coughing.
Edwin drank this concoction in an attempt to cure his illness and break the undead influence. Sadly, Edwin passed away 2 months later.
Dusty.
Wow. Wonder
Really?
why.
Wow, you drank your
Genius.
sister's burned heart mixed with water
And liver.
and
It's almost
liver.
like you shouldn't be drinking ashes. Oh,
Mm.
just a thought.
Oh gosh. Okay, what remained of Mercy's body was buried in the cemetery of the Baptist Church in Exeter after being desecrated. Okay. Remarkably, George Brown, the father, never contracted TB and lived until 1922. Witnessing I think George Brown was the vampire there all along.
Probably.
Witnessing the discovery of the BCG vaccine for treating and curing tuberculosis. The Mercy Brown incident has inspired various works. And yeah, that's it.
Wow.
So basically, I put anything into a cup and say, "Drink this." I think we're good.
We'll put it in
Yes,
C
but-
tier.
What's
but
gonna
here's
kill
the-
me is the TB.
Here's
not the-
here's the thing, though, Sylvie. If you put anything in a cup, you can sell it on OnlyFans for just god awful amounts of money.
Genuine fox water.
Oh, God.
Genuine fox
Fox
spit.
water.
Fox girl spit.
Yeah.
God.
Yours for a down payment of
100 100 doll hairs. Yes. Oh goodness.
Oh God, I just
That one was tough.
I know people will do things when they're desperate for a cure, but come on.
Drinking the corpse of your sister. That is
That's
tough.
That is
Only to die
messed
2 months
up.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if he
Man.
drank
And
it.
it's
I
not-
wody if he drank it
wasn't even
willingly.
fresh.
I wonder if he
Sounds
drank
like
it
it.
willingly. Like, do you think he believed that? Like, that she was a vampire and he had to break the cycle, essentially?
Like I said, people will do crazy things when they're trying for a cure, so I really wouldn't put it past me that he did it on purpose.
Yeah, especially because it wasn't just him. It sounded like there were other people telling him all this stuff, so he was probably influenced and
Not to mention scared.
kind of
Like,
like, yeah.
people do silly things when they're, scared as well.
When they don't want to
Yeah,
die.
exactly. Plus, like,
Yeah.
for the time period, like, there was some pretty
Oh yeah.
questionable medicinal practices.
Oh, yeah, for
So,
sure. Mhm.
yeah, like drinking something, that wouldn't.
That's
I
probably
wouldn't
pretty
put-
tame for
I
back
mean,
then.
yeah. I was actually about to say. I mean, that technically, back then they were drinking mercury and such. So I guess drinking the ashes of their sister.
Oh, thanks, I'm good.
Yeah, I guess that's not too weird. All right. How we think about survivability, assuming that Mercy is a vampire.
If she was a vampire and we were there.
Apparently, she's also
so
a
this
vampire
is-
that gives you TB.
I was gonna say
no,
the TB is gonna kill me.
The worst kind of vampire.
The TB vampire.
um,
I don't know. Because vampires, they can be scary and everything, but for the most part, they don't normally kill people, do they? Like they just take a little like a gulp or two and then was like, okay, thanks, peace.
What do you think, Sylvie?
I don't know because it's also hard because my brain wants to just come up with like the funny haha of vampire. I like being bit, but I don't like being given TB.
Yeah.
That's facts. If we're getting bit, yeah, that's definitely D tier.
Yeah, for sure. And then like if you're contracting TB, you're also not making it. Because if we're going to this time frame, there is no medicine. There
Right.
is no modern knowledge.
Sure there is. Just drink
Unfortunately.
your sister. The ashes of your sister.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
I don't feel like drinking sand. So unfortunately, because I feel like if you get bit, you die. If you get TB, you die. And
Yeah.
TB is highly contagious.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why it was such a plague. So probably D tier.
Agreed.
You think so?
Agreed.
Yeah. If anything, because of TB alone.
Agreed.
Tuberculosis was not an easy thing for lives to recover from.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So besides
100%.
the being a vampire, the main threat is the TB that she carries. Okay.
Yeah.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly. Yep, I'm with her. All
Well,
right.
If we even go off of just vampire and being bit, you can bite such vital places that she may not kill you, but that bite is going to because you're going to bleed out.
Right.
Very true.
Okay.
Like your jugular, for example.
And this is assuming that she's fighting just to, to eat and not to kill.
Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
Well, alrighty.
Whale,
So-
whale, whale.
In D tier.
We have arrived at the last one,
Dun dun dun.
which is the good old state of Vermont, otherwise known as New Hampshire 2.
West New Hampshire.
West New Hampshire.
West
Love
New
it.
Hampshire. Okay. So, with Vermont, the scariest urban legend is the urban legend of the Frozen Hill people.
I don't like the sound of that.
It is
That's eerie.
the images that I'm seeing are scary as shit. I am not even kidding you. So once upon a time, I love it when they start like that. In the frosty archives of Vermont's folklore, there existed a family of extremely poor hill farmers. These isolated folks lived in, I'm already putting it at D tier. I hate it. I just kill me.
The name alone makes me not want to survive.
These isolated folks lived in a mountain town just 20 minutes away from Montpelier, the state capital. Their existence was marked by the harsh realities of Vermont's unforgiving winters, where meager food supplies often fell short. But these farmers were resourceful, albeit in a macabre way. Faced with the annual struggle of surviving the cold, they devised a chilling solution: freezing their elderly and weak family members. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Freezing them?
Freezing them.
In the fallout?
The process of hibernation. So the family would select older and infirm members to undergo this bizarre ritual. These chosen individuals were drugged inside the warm cabin until they fell unconscious. Once asleep, they were stripped down to a single garment and carried outside. Vermont's winter magic took over from there, and as the full moon glowed, fingers, noses, and ears turned white. The bodies were left out in the cold, packed into a box with straw to deter predators. Buried under falling snow and drifts, they remained frozen from January until May. When spring arrived, it was time to liberate the Frozen Hill people. Men dug away the snow, pried open the boxes, and lifted out the stiff, cold bodies. These frozen souls were placed in the steaming baths of a hemlock potion. Slowly, color returns, fingers twitched, and the life rekindled. After months of hibernation, they were seated by a roaring fire and given a hearty meal.
Excuse me?
Within hours, those who were frozen appeared completely revived and even healthier. Their 4-month sleep had rejuvenated them, and they were ready to face the world once again.
Listen, when I say I need a nap or a break from reality, that's not what I mean. What?
I can go for a 4-month nap. Don't freeze me on the side of a mountain
No.
encased in snow.
No. No.
Promises.
And-
Yeah.
And the images that I'm seeing, I absolutely hate.
Yeah, no,
Cannot.
I'm good.
Oh.
I'm good. Look, I like the snow, but I'm not trying to live in it for 4 months under it.
Become Elsa.
Elsa
Wow,
with
so they would
frostbite.
freeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they would freeze. Okay. So first they would drug their elderly or select people, take them out into the snow at night,
Strip
and
them
then-
down.
yeah, and let them freeze, and then put them in a box. Wow. Before heating them back up in like springtime or summer, whatever.
I'm not a
Wow.
fucking hot pocket. No.
A hot pocket.
No, don't give me none of this. Brrr, done. No.
Do you think
I
the old people knew before they were drugged? Or do you think
no,
like, a
because it
secret
was
thing?
no, because it was said. It said on there they would select the older members. So
It sounds so culty.
it does, very much does, and they were drugged. So they would choose these people, and they're infirm members of the family. So they can't
Yeah.
make decisions on them by themselves. So no, these people did not know that this was happening to them.
Not to mention, you know that not all of these people survived. I would be surprised if the majority of them survived.
Well, I mean, this is obviously just an urban legend, but if we're assuming that it's true, no, none of them would survive in real life.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah, no.
possible.
Mm-mm.
What do you mean? Captain America did it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I really hate this one, and it's D tier, by the way. I don't know if y'all
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah, no. That's absolutely D tier because like this is a group of people you don't know it's coming, and then you're drugged. Once you're drugged, that's
It's
it.
a wrap.
That's it. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
This wasn't the most dangerous, but it is easily the scariest, in my opinion.
Because once again, look, it's just people doing crazy shit.
Doing crazy shit.
And the thing is, this kind of thing can happen. Like there are groups of people out there who will do this.
I know. I hate it.
Ugh.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, so I guess we'll put this one right underneath the Pugwaji.
The Puckwudgie.
Puckwudgie, and right above the Goatman or below the Goatman.
I would put him above the Goatman, but not above Cropsy.
Okay.
Like this one is just like again scary, just because you don't know what's going to be happening, and then all of a sudden there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like imagine like you're awake at night and then this group of you wake up hearing something and you look out your window and there's just a group of people with torches coming at your house. Ugh,
Hell no.
that's like, pardon the pun, chilling.
Mm-mm.
But- Oof.
No, I am good. I'm good. Don't ever want to experience that one.
Yeah, no, that's horrifying. All right
All
then.
right. Well, that concludes the Northeast.
Yay!
Yay! I was thinking for part 3 we would do the Midwest.
Oh, that
Yes.
would be fun.
Yes,
There's a lot of stuff in the Midwest.
There's so much. So I think we will save that one for next go round. So by that logic, thank you everyone so much for listening in. If you are listening either on Spotify or live on Twitch, we just want to say thank you so much and for being a part of our communities. And so first and foremost, you can definitely follow us on all that their social media that you can find. You can find me at Foggy LeBeau. You can find him at Morgan_CoffeeBean or Morgan_BeanBean at that their social media. And we also want to go ahead and plug our wonderful, wonderful Pocket Fox deity.
Hi.
Where can they find you? Where can they find you?
Everything under Sylvana Foxx with 2 X's.
That's right. 2 X's.
Is SYLVANAFOXX.
Yes. You can go ahead and go follow Sylvana Foxx at all that their social media. And thank you so much for being a wonderful and the most special guest that we've ever had. Sorry, Koji.
Happy to be
Womp
here.
womp. Yes, we love you. We love you
Yes,
very,
we
very
love
much.
you. Thank you so much for being on. And that is going to wrap it up. So, hope you guys all have a wonderful week. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.